Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal. Today is a really good, nice start in the market. We have a bunch of news around 10:30. We have 10:50, 4:30, but they are low. There is no impact on the market. At the moment, we're doing fine with the Nasdaq short, and we just hit the institutional number, and this is a profit taking. And at this moment, it's usually target to around 11 o'clock plus minus 10 minutes, and we should be hitting target to somewhere around 11 o'clock plus minus 10 minutes. So this is what we have. Also on the ES, target 1 is done, and we are working on target 2 is 6668. So that will be the second target for today. The target 3 is the last target, is for the institutional number. So we this is for the afternoon. So if you are not in a trade right now in the Nasdaq, you have a re-entry on 24,558. This is a re-entry short right there. This is the number, and this is a double resistance. So this is the pullback re-entry short, and now we are just finished hitting target 2. Little profit taken on the ES. Practically, technically, once we hit the target 2 on the ES, maybe it's not unusual, but sometimes we hit the target 3 on the ES, which is 6,660. For the auto trade, we are using 3 minutes gold. It is 1200, and we are using Nasdaq and ES. We are using the ES on 1 minute, and it's already 3,000, and we are using the Nasdaq 5 minutes, and here it is. We are on the Nasdaq. True, the institutional number is 24,000, but we have a little support area here, so you have to be careful with that support area. You can see on the ES the target 2, profit taken, and usually when you hit the target 2, goes back to target 1 and stay for a little while between target 1 and target 2. This is a normal pattern you see in the market when you hit the institutional number. You can see it's right on the spot. It's going to back, probably retest the target 1, and most likely the way the situation in the market, the sellers over the buyers, from 1 to 30 minutes, 1 to 30 minutes, all in red, indicating we have a pullback re-entry, and most likely will achieve the 6,660 for the morning session. So the auto trade is doing fine. Everything is normal, the way it's supposed to be. There is no trouble. I like those kind of days. They are a little bit quiet. You don't have to think a lot. On the YM, we are using from the market analyzer. There is 5 auto trade on the market analyzer. This is on the market analyzer. 153 takes into the profit, 780 based on 1 contract. But what we do, we have 2 contracts. The target is right here, right now, but I have extended the target. And what is nice about this auto trade, you can manually, if you want to, secure some profit and the auto trade by itself automatically readjust the trailing stop to the fib line by itself. If you have the target, if you don't move the target, you keep it here, and if the market trended, the auto trade extend the target automatically. So, and this kind of auto trade does not require any optimization, does not require tweaking. You just turn it on and off. That's all there is to it. There is nothing you can do with that type of an auto trade. There is around 20 auto trade in the package. So as we see right now on from the market analyzer, target hit 90 ticks on the ES, target hit on the Nasdaq 311, 158 target hit. You don't have to auto trade all of them. You can trade the ES, Nasdaq, YM. So if you are auto trading based on one contract, one ES, one Nasdaq, one YM, you have somewhere around $3,000 into profit. If you want to auto trade all of them, or maybe if you want to put them on a micro account, now we are already 884 ticks into a profit. If you want to hedge the market on a micro account, you can activate most of them on a micro account, and so no longer you are looking at the ES, you are no longer looking at the Nasdaq. What you do when you see on the top the PNL has achieved your PNL, whether it's $100 if you are using micro account, 200 or 300, doesn't matter. Whatever your target is, once you see the total target, then you flatten out everything and you are done. So right now we are coming to the re-entry on the Nasdaq, 24,557. This is the re-entry on the Nasdaq. However, the Nasdaq is a little bit of trouble in the Nasdaq. At this moment, you can see here with the 6 different time frame, the sellers over the buyer a little bit. And this is combined with the 6 different time frame. So when we are looking at this, the market analyzer is not critical because it's only the 1 minute and the 2 minute. But if it's going to start turning the 3 minutes to green and then the 4 minutes to green, that means the boat is sinking to the longer term. So this is the re-entry point right here. If it breaks that area here, you should not anymore activate an auto trade to go short. The problem with the Nasdaq at this moment, if it don't maintain below that number, what you see here on the chart, 24,553, if he breaks it and break those double resistance, if we look on the higher picture, you can see there are tremendous resistance and there is no technical short. So we are hoping if we are auto trading, doesn't matter what kind of auto trade you are using, is irrelevant. We are hoping the Nasdaq maintain below the 24,557. If this number broke, you need to terminate all your auto trade immediately on the Nasdaq because it's gonna be sideways. So the magic number is right there where you see my cursor. It's 24,557. We need to maintain below that number. This is a real evaluation to the market. There is no AI system is going to build you out of a trouble, because no matter what your auto trade is made from, they cannot look at the whole picture. They cannot. They look at numbers on that chart, but they cannot maintain or recalculate the whole market for you. There's still a lot of limitation with robots. So it's nice to use an auto trade while you know what's going on in the market. We're not telling you to take a manual trade and sit down 10 years to learn, but we need to understand what's going on in the market, and you are the manager for any type of an auto trade, whether you are swing trading or scalping. You should know what's going on in the market. You cannot just close your eye, fall asleep, and expecting everything is going to be nice and easy. Sometimes by watching the market, what's going on, can be your performance can be 10 times more. We're not saying you need to take a manual trade, but when you are using an auto trade, and don't occupy yourself with P&L, try to understand what's going on in the market. And sometimes we all went through that. If we are taking a short, we see that it's 4,500 on the NASDAQ. Maybe I have a feeling, has nothing to do with indicators. Maybe I have a feeling. I mean, for me, technically, I know where to stop. But let's say, if I don't know what I'm doing, and I see a lot of a profit, and I have a feeling it's over to the downside, take your profit, regret later. So what I'm saying is, it cannot be everything robot. It's like when you're flying an airplane. An airplane cannot fly itself, but you still have a captain in there. I would not fly an airplane on a robot. I mean, I prefer to see a human sitting in the cockpit if something happened. So you are the same. You are letting everything automatic, but you are the captain on that ship. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, that you cannot be falling asleep. As you see here, the target was on the YM right there, but I extended. The reason I extend the target, because I have an expectation on the ES is going to hit the target 3 for the morning session, which is 6,660. And as we looking at the ES at this moment, the momentum is very strong. The seller is way over the buyers. From 1 to 30 minutes is in red. All the other indicators, I don't want to go through every single one of them. Everything indicated we will be hitting the target 3 by 11 o'clock, plus minus 10 minutes. So that's why I have extended the target on the YM. And the same time, I put the trailing stop above the resistance. So I have those trailing stop protected. I mean, if you leave the auto trade alone, the trailing stop will move to the next fib level. And when the market goes down, you can watch it. Those two, the auto trade is going to readjust the location of the trailing stop to the fib automatically. So that's why I'm going to leave it on the side to watch it, how it's doing it by itself. And it does recalculate and readjust your trailing stop. So I'm going to leave it on the side. I'm really concerned about the NASDAQ. As we expected here, it was the re-entry, and we were right where there was the re-entry. We hit it right on the spot. And right now is going back to this number here, 24,550. This is the first re-entry short. The second re-entry short is right there, is 24,558. This is the second re-entry. You never, let's say if you have money to go take 2 micro trade or 2 NASDAQ mini, you don't put the 2 in the same time. You take the first trade right there. We're not your financial advisor. You do whatever. I'm very sure you are much smarter than me. Even I have been trading for 32 years. I'm very sure you are much smarter than me. So normally what I do, I put a short trade at 24,549, and then I'll put the second short trade at 24,557. So if the first trade took the bite and kept going and making money, I don't need to get filled on the second one. You should never add on any given market, whether you are on the crypto, futures, stocks, you never add on a winning trade because your average price will go higher. You only add when the market going against you. You don't add like last week I positioned myself in a stock and small amount, and just for the hell of it, I mean, I was not really, I put a little small one. I was looking at it today and made a 25% in a profit on such a small amount, but I cannot add on it. So I left it. If it was against me, I would have added. But it's like, I just took it for fun. I positioned myself with a small amount, and I wake up in the morning, it was 25% in a profit. 25%. Not 10%, not 5%, 25%. So, and now it's going to 30%. If I knew, I would have put a large amount of money. I would have put $100,000, $200,000. But I just put a few thousand because, I mean, I didn't think it's gonna, you know, I got it in the right time, in the right place, and then the stock exploded. So now I cannot add stocks on it because then my average price is gonna get higher. So as we see right now, the NASDAQ, this is the first entry and this is the second entry, right there, 24,557. If the NASDAQ across that number, you should call off all your trades on the NASDAQ and there's no more trades. Why? You have a tremendous resistance. When you see this, you're gonna say, what the hell, this is too many lines. Yeah, here there are too many lines. In another word, can be rejected from here, 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 here. This area here cannot be traded. When you see the lines are close to each other, do not auto trade and do not trade. As an example, I would never allow the auto trade to go long if it crosses that double resistance. It's finished for now. It's on a standby. If we look at the ES, the lines are sprayed out. It tells you it's a tradable. Tomorrow, you might see the NASDAQ lines are sprayed out and the ES lines are close to each other. And look. You see? That's what we call the two trades, and it's on a double resistance. That's what we said. If it breaks this line, we are in trouble, and stay below this double resistance. So you profit in the NASDAQ trading. It's not your auto trade. It's not your skill. It's not, you have a magic indicator. If the NASDAQ maintain below this double resistance, and you're taking short, you will be in the money. If this NASDAQ, look now, they are sellers, start blinking here. That's me telling you they are sellers right now in the market, pushing the market down. And usually you see this sign, and now they are sellers in here. You see, look, they are pushing it down. And you see that indicator, the green or red, when there is a major fib, whether it's a support or resistance, you see some buying or selling power come to break that support or resistance. So drawing the line about support and resistance is not the whole equation. The whole equation is when this market hit the support or the resistance, should we reverse, or should we take a trade on the breakout, or should we take a trade on the breakout, pull back, reconfirm, and enter the market? So there is a total different direction in the trade when the market comes to a solid resistance or support. That's why you see some of those amateur traders, they are just a bunch of kids, and you can see they are trading a chart. They have no idea what they're doing, and you can see they sit all day long on the same support and resistance, and or they make the support resistance very large, that no matter what you do cannot go wrong. And the support resistance should not be 5 centimeters wide and telling me this is the support or this is the resistance. It has to be one line, thin line, with a number. So now here the number on the resistance is 24.59, and this one here is 24.561. Those are one number. It's not 5 centimeters wide numbers. That I mean, then why you need them if you cannot enter from those lines? So there is a lot of things is confusion when you see a daily chart. Where is your stop loss on your daily chart? Whether you are a Ethereum trader, or whether you are a stock trader, or whether you are a future trader, where is the stop loss on an ES with a 15 ticks? You cannot use 5 tick, 10 ticks. You need at least 100 tick on a 15 minutes chart on an ES. Because now you're playing institutional and you only have $5,000 and you're borrowing this $5,000. You're borrowing the ES, you have no inventory. You have to deliver back the ES to the owners because you have no inventory. You don't own the ES, you're borrowing the ES. So you cannot move the market. So all this nonsense, you're not calculating the stop loss, you're not calculating the precision in the market that we need to enter the market on the tick, not with a 5 centimeter wide fib. And here, as you see the NASDAQ, now we can see is about to break this double resistance. It's been trying 1 and 2 and 3. It's having a problem, but it's going to break that resistance. It's a matter of time. We can see from the market analyzer almost now the buyers over the sellers with the 6 different time frame, and now the boat starts sinking. Now start turning from red to green. The 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes start getting stronger. The sellers are less than the buyer, and the market start getting stronger. So you are aware of it before any idiot on some kind of cheap app using moving averages and try to be ambassador with RSI and I don't know what the hell, those indicators. There is no such a thing as indicator. Those indicators, they've been around from the early 80s, and they've been tweaked and retweaked and retweaked. The secret in the trading is predicting what's going on in the market, is not looking back based on the previous bar, and then you need to make decision. This is a big difference between the predicting and making decision in the future trading based on the past. It does not work this way. So those guys, they're gonna keep scratching their head for at least 20 years. I've been doing this for 32 years. I have seen many hot balloons, but right now, with those small children coming out, and it is, the problem, they can do whatever they want to. But the problem is when you have a new trader, don't know anything about trading, and trying to learn from somebody has not any experience with trading, has not seen anything in the market when the market crashed, when the market, they have not seen any action in the market. You know, they only, now it's just a new toy they're playing with. So they have not seen the heart of the trading when we had so many crashes in the market, when we had the electricity got cut out, when before the internet, the satellite was giving us the ES, the big ES, not the mini. 1.5 minutes in Switzerland, the satellite was delayed, and you have to trade live. They haven't seen any of those. You know, they sit down, close their eyes, and open their mouth. They think they are smart. At the end of the day, within a few days, they're gonna realize that it's much bigger than what they are talking about. You know, sadly now everyone it's become so boring in the media. Everybody has a golden vision about crypto. Everybody wants to tell you where the Bitcoin is going to be by the end of the year. Some say 250. So, I mean, who are you to predict the Bitcoin, where it's going? Who are you? How much you are moving in the market? What kind of indicator you have? You are predicting the Bitcoin is going to be by the end of the year. What you have? A MACD and an RSI and a momentum, you know. So all this nonsense, you know, it make the new traders' life harder, because there are so much information and everybody is smart. And I tell you one thing about after 32 years, there is no one is as smart for the market. You cannot time the pricing in the market. Always the market outsmart every damn one of us, including myself. The only thing I like about the future, oh yeah, I heard one of my trader, he was the most difficult trader. He couldn't understand how the bars move. Now he's giving lessons about trading. I couldn't believe it when I saw him. The guy, he don't show any chart. He don't show anything. He just have a big mouth. And all what he's doing is running his big mouth for 1 hour. And I know this guy personally. I couldn't get him to do anything for 6 months. I couldn't get him to optimize. Most of those guys I know, those guys, they're playing master on the cheap apps. I know them. I have been training many thousands of traders in the last 32 years. And I know when I see one of my clients trying to give lecture, and I know he has nothing to do with trading, and I know he cannot even trade a paperback. Everybody is smart in this market, and at the end of the day, the market is going to outsmart every damn one of us. If the Bitcoin going to the $250,000, good, take a profit. If the Bitcoin going to $15,000 at the end of the year, buy more. Simple as that. So I don't need to sit down on the internet trying to predict where is the Bitcoin going by the end of the year. If it goes down, I will buy. If it goes up, I will sell. Simple as that. Get it over with. You know. So I don't know what I'm eating tomorrow. So how I want me to predict where is the Bitcoin going by the end of the year? I don't know what my wife is, what kind of mood she is in tomorrow. So why I need to predict the Bitcoin by the end of this year? I know it will go higher. If it's not this year, next year. finished. So for the future trading, it is very predictable market during the mornings. If you have, I mean, when we were young, we were jumping from one market to another 24/7. But if you have a lot of energy, you can come in the afternoon and trade the market. What I have found out, you can work a little bit, 2 hours in the morning, should be enough, and you need to give your brain a break and stay away from the multimedia. One guy will tell you sell the Ethereum, get rid of it, and the other guy telling you buy Ethereum is going to the 10,000. One guy is telling me that Bitcoin is going to 250, and the other guy say it's gonna go back to 80,000. In the same sitting, in 5 minutes, you have confliction by two people. They are nothing to the market. They are not even a fleas on the back of an elephant. They have no control of anything. The only thing they have, one platform, and they run their mouth with their eyes closed, and they have nothing to do with trading. So don't waste your time on those. Try to set up your auto trade, whatever auto trade you like. Stay manager on your technical chart, knowing where it's going. Keep your head down. Concentrate on your account, your work, and delete all those noises from the multimedia. We have one customer got scammed. Turned out the company, it was based on in Singapore. They told him to put money, guaranteed you're gonna get, I don't know, 100x. He put his money, and it turned out it was all his portfolio, and it was nothing but piece of paper. He couldn't get his money back. Another gentleman we have in Texas, he went with a crypto company. He lost 1.5 million. They disappeared. My woman family, he just lost 40,000 euro. He was trying to just deposit, they wipe up all his account. 40,000 euro. His wife about to divorce him. So forget all this nonsense. So now let's go back to trading. As you see here, the double resistance is keep holding, and as long as the Nasdaq holding on the double resistance, we are okay. As long as we don't go up. If you notice right now, the lines on the top, they start spreading out. They start spraying out. It's not like what you see on those cheap app. He sit down all day long, all months on the same level. No, they recalculate and readjust it to the market movement. That's what's supposed to be the FIP. It's not supposed to be holding for 1 month on the same line. So, and the ES staying, if you notice here, we told you this is the institutional number, staying on that line, 6668. Staying on this line, did not do anything. This is the institutional number. What time is it? It's 10:33. By 11 o'clock, you should be out. The Nasdaq is trying again to break those double resistance. The ES, I'm expecting the ES to go farther to the 660 by 11 o'clock, plus minus 10 minutes. So the Nasdaq is finished. Auto trading, the Nasdaq is finished. Auto trading. It's not much. There is no movement in there. Another things also, when you are auto trading, you have two lines here. Once the market come in, this is not over like those guys, RSI and all this momentum and all this baby talk. This one here measure the previous highs and lows with some other coding. When the market come here, you should not be taking any new trade. This is the place for reversal. If you notice, the Nasdaq came in right in between those two yellow lines. This is the place for reversal. You should not activate a new trade when the market come in between the two yellow lines. If you have a position, you need to get ready to close it, because this is a place for reversal, not to activate a new trade. So when you see a guy with a bunch of moving averages and RSI, he's totally blind when the market gets here. He's totally blind. He has no clue what's going on in the market. When he don't have the institutional number, he's totally blind. He don't know what the hell is going on in the market. If we notice here, it hit the target to institutional and the market stopped. This is not an RSI. This is not the momentum. This is not the moving average, you know, and all this noises, you know, which you don't need it. So right now we still on the target institutional number. We can see from here the sellers over the buyers. The market's still to the downside. You don't have a long trade. What you have here is a pullback re-entry. You don't have a long trade. Amateur trader, now he's already on the jump on the long trade, but there is no long trade at this moment. It is pullback re-entry. The same story applies for the Nasdaq. There is no long trade until we break this double resistance. As I said, if you go back to this video, after we hit the target 2, I told you it's gonna go back and forth. It's a normal behave for 40 minutes. And if you notice what happened, it came back to target 1, as we said at the beginning, and went back to target 2. Going back to target 1 is going back to target 2. Is sitting on idle, waiting on the market movers to take a direction. If they are done, it's going to stay like this till 12 o'clock. If they decide to push the market, it's going to be the end of the trading for this morning. It will be 6660. Has nothing to do with this wishy-washy indicators you see on those cheap apps. Has nothing to do with it. When you understand the market, what you see is only hot air balloon. Has no meaning in the trading. So now what we are doing, we are hoping the Nasdaq, now we are 1037, we are hoping by 11 o'clock plus minus 10 minutes, we will be hitting the target 2 and we will be hitting the target 3 on the ES, and it is done for today. After that, only miserable traders will stay, skip the lunch, and they sit down looking at the charts, hoping to make money. So let's see what happened. The Nasdaq, as we expected, maintained below those below that resistance. Right now, the Nasdaq start getting stronger from 1 to 30 minutes. Now it is equal, the buyers with the sellers with 6 different time frame, they are equal. Struggling here at the support, most likely it's going to break that support and will hit the target 2 by 11 o'clock plus minus 10 minutes. And this is the morning session is finished. So we are waiting. There are a new signal on the 6B. I don't trade the 6B. There is a new signal on the 6B. we're gonna sit on a standby and see if we are going to hit those target by 11 o'clock. Thank you. I was just talking to one of my clients about this company in Singapore. They promise you to turn your money to 100x and 1000x. Many people complained they lost all their money. And now he showed me what they're doing. They put in the bottom right now, play the game. In another word, it's no longer trading, it's the game, it's a game. So to cover their track because they scammed, many people lost their accounts. So now the little words under their link, it say play the game. So so you put your deposit to play a game. You put your livelihood to play a game. So to them is a game, because once you deposit your money, you're no longer can claim it back because it's a game. So and now they added, he showed it to me, they added play a game, because you are playing a game with your money. Yeah, congratulations. And they are all over the internet. They are using thousands of dollars on marketing, but they will not give you a dime back. Yeah. You know, everything, you know, they say when it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And it is too good to be true. So let's go back. The market is flat, as we're worried about the Nasdaq break this resistance. Never did. All morning, never did. Now if we look at the Nasdaq, from 10 o'clock, 10:08, going back to the resistance, look how accurate the resistance, and coming to the support, back to the resistance, coming back to the support, back to the resistance, coming back to the support. Now you can see the resistance and support got updated, and now the line has pushed a little bit higher, and now is getting tighter in here. Once we break that resistance, you can start taking a long from that area here. In the meantime, you should not be taking any long. I hope you're not using those stupid indicators, momentum, RSI, MACD, ATR. Snap out of those baby talk and stay on your levels. And at the moment there is no long until we cross this area, and then you can close your eye and go long in here. ES, right now we are 1054. There is no hope for the ES to hit target 3. It's finished for the morning session. There is nothing left for the morning session. It is a time to go enjoy your lunch, and there is nothing left in the morning session. Whoever took those trades in the morning, took the trades. It is a flat line on the Nasdaq, flat line on the ES. There is nothing going to happen. Your best choice is to go enjoy your lunch, and maybe in the afternoon the market is trending. I don't see any hope for the ES hit target 3, and we still have 5 minutes. We'll see what happens. Many things can change. We still have 5 minutes. Let's see. For the market analyzer automated trade, already 952 ticks into profit, 9,150 base on one contract. You don't need to trade all of them. You can do ES, 97 ticks, NASDAQ, 332 ticks from the last entry signal, and 125. So you got 645. You got around a little over 3,500 based on one contract, and one contract, and based on 1 minute. This is it, simple as that. So we still have 4 minutes on the NASDAQ to see if we'll hit target 2. I won't be surprised to see the last 3 minutes the market change. I will not be surprised they're gonna start pushing it down, and we're gonna hit target 3 on the ES and target 2 on the NASDAQ. So let's see. We're gonna upload the video for our traders missed the webinar yesterday. We have showed how you can take reversal in the market. We have an auto trade for reversal like you're doing it manually. Of course, we have the B scalper reversal, we have some other reversal, but the big auto trade reversal, we're gonna make some template and send them out next week on the next webinar. For the scalping today, we not much is this is the scalping for today, and I believe this one is a reversal. It's based on one contract. The scalper is based on only one contract, one lot. And on the reversal, this is a reversal trade. This is a reversal trade. On the CL, only 2 trade. I mean, there is not much movement, but that's okay. Scalping. On the NASDAQ, for scalping, I mean, the swing trading is 5,000 already. This is really messy. On the 1 minute NASDAQ, it's really messy. A lot of small trades. So sometimes can get messy, so nothing we can do. Okay, look, it's 11 o'clock. I told you I won't be surprised to see the market going down. As we said, those target at 11 o'clock plus minus 10 minutes. I'm gonna stay a little bit longer to see if this market gonna hit those target, just for the hell of it. This one here is coming from the market analyzer, the CL. Here is the CL buy, and it is base here on one contract. You can see this is coming from the market analyzer, and if you want to, you can say okay, break even, and then I left it as is, and if the market trending, the auto trade will expand the target automatically. It depends on the movement. You don't have to touch it, you don't have to optimize it. It's always based on the market movement. The auto trade adjusts itself. So as we said, 11 o'clock plus minus 10 minutes, and we'll come to trading. Here it is, and here it is. So you tell me, this kid, what he have seen, trying to confuse those new traders, those poor new traders. If I, if I really need to learn how to trade now, in those days, it's going to be 20 times more difficult than in my days, 32 years. And 32 years ago, you only meet the traders. Now you find guys sell potatoes in the morning and he want to teach trading in the afternoon, or maybe he moved boxes in the morning because he has no brain, and now he want to teach how to trade. Everybody have a platform. He's a trader, he's a professional. It's a toy for them. They have no clue what they are doing. And here it is, 11:02, as we said, plus minus 10 minutes. We're hitting the target 2, institutional, and the target 36660. We're done. Always remember institutional number, 11 o'clock plus minus 10 minutes. Once you hit your trade, you close your computer, you go for a nice juicy burger or a diet food, and you're done. Folks, we are done for today, and we'll see you another day. Bye for now. Thank you very much, and God bless every one of you. Bye.